Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I will be the DM for this adventure, and now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, my name is Macy, and I'll be playing Aldora.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan. I play Andrak.
Hello, I'm Dimitris and I'm playing Castor.
Hello, my name is Becca and I play Kyriaki.
Hi, I'm Kevin and I play Malachi.
Today, I thought it would be fun to take some of the popular items of D&D and twist them to trick people or trick players. Kind of like the bag of devouring in D&D. Dylan, I'm assuming you know what that means. Probably Kevin, too.
I have put people in it.
Yep.
That's less of a cursed item and more of a blessed item for me. I love.
For those of you who don't know, it looks like a bag of holding, and it actually, if you do not use a spell to identify it, it even seems exactly like a bag of holding. However, it does exactly as its namesake. It devours you. You could stick it over people's heads, devour them. It's like that movie Tremors. Just swallow them whole. It's pretty fun. But I wanted to take some items that are visibly recognized or easily recognizable or guesstimated and then curse them to betray people. So, picture this. You got a guy, you got your nemesis, your villain, and he's wearing a cloak, and there's no wind, but it's bellowing. It's bellowing like there's wind, and he's laughing maniacally. But he's easy to beat. He's not very powerful. He just has some weak magic items on him. But this cloak that is bellowing, you're like, I know what that is. Dylan, what is that?
That's a cloak of billowing.
Damn right, that's the only thing it does. Its only purpose is to bellow. It protects you from nothing, but it looks cool as shit. But what if you twisted it? What if you cursed it? Cursed it to have souls in there that scream, keep you awake at night, turn you evil, turn you mad. But they're struggling to get out, and that's why it bellows.
Nah, it still sounds pretty cool to me.
I mean, I'd wear it.
Win-win.
Oh, Jesus, you people.
Look, we might play somewhat okay people, but we're not.
I mean,
That's just on theme for Malachi. I mean, what you just described, I would put on Malachi in a heartbeat.
it's true. You know what? I want to play favorites here a little bit. Dylan, what item did you twist? Because I know yours is going to be fucked up.
I've got so many that you could do. You know, you could take some like legendary items like Holy Avenger and make it so that it's not holy at all. And instead, when you swing it, it deals radiant damage back.
Fucked.
That's awesome.
And it requires attunement by paladins still. So paladins are killing themselves slowly. You got iconic magical items that every adventurer has played with once. The Flame Tongue. Except it absorbs the souls of those you kill to make it deal more damage, but it also starts to consume your soul. Changing your alignment to evil. Everybody loves a, good old-fashioned portable hole. But what if it's a portable black hole? Once it reaches a certain capacity, it just destroys everything within a mile radius.
Huh. That could be fun.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I knew you were going to be evil.
Healing potions, except they're mimics.
The complications of that just got really gross in my head.
I got my players with that one before, so I have a special bond to healing potion mimics.
Huh. All right, Kevin, what do you got?
I got a couple that I thought were just more funny or more inconveniencing than straight up diabolical. So my first thought was winged boots, but instead of granting full flight, they only grant parallel flight. So when you activate them, instead of like being able to take to the skies or anything like that, you literally can just fly really fast along the ground that you were already on. So it's just like your feet just start flying in
Gentle
one direction. Like your feet are leading you in one direction, whatever you decide to go. It's like ice skates almost. And the other one I thought of was a Vorpal Sword, but the curse is that you have to hit the nat 20 to do any damage with it.
Oh.
So it still beheads enemies and all that stuff at a nat 20, but then all the other rolls that you hit heal enemies instead of damaging them.
Oh, that's evil. But I really like the risk reward of it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, if you don't roll that nat 20, your sword is absolutely not only useless, but also helping your enemies. But if you hit that nat 20, it's still an instant death effect. So, hey, good for you, bud.
Why do I have a feeling that this question was for the sole purpose of Todd to take down ideas?
Furious scribbling happening in the background.
Shit, can y'all hear me?
Ooh,
right?
I love that Vorpal Sword. Give me a second. Scribble.
Actually, sadly, when he's talking about the Vorpal Sword, I was thinking about looking it up because I'm pretty sure in 5th edition, Vorpal Sword just does like an extra d6 or some shit.
No, it's still got its full effect of beheading somebody with a nat 20. Yes. If they can't be beheaded, like if it's a creature that doesn't have a head, then it does like a ridiculous amount of damage, like 66 or 10d6 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I had a Vorpal Sword in a one shot that a level 20 one shot that I played with some friends. So
68. That's a lot of damage.
68, yeah.
Oh, it's considered a major tier magic item. Go fucking figure.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you one, and then you're gonna run into nothing but hydras. And they're fire resistant.
Those were my picks.
All I could think of, and I couldn't think of something else, was magic items that have misleading names. So kind of like how genies grant you your wish but twist your words because of the phrasing. So for example, a ring of invisibility that when you wear it, the ring goes invisible.
Just the ring.
Yeah, because it's a ring of invisibility.
That's great.
That's all I could think about. Like if you can find some items where you can, based on how their name is phrased, that you change what they actually do, and in your head you think they do something else.
That's kind of fun.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, like an unluck blade that makes you think it's really lucky, but it actually gives you like a -1 to everything.
The sort of placebo effect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I went back to the bag of holding, and I was like, as soon as you equip it, it grapples you.
I also read one online on Reddit, so I won't take credit for the thought, but I read one where I really liked it, where you wear an amulet, where if you wear it for a prolonged time, you start having this feeling that something is up, that something is gonna go wrong, and you can't shake that feeling. So it's just this minor nuisance. I don't know. I liked it.
Emulative anxiety.
You have this your instinct that something's gonna go wrong.
I did have a modification on that, like the bag of devouring, but like it's a bag of holding that just erases one item every set amount of days. Oh. Like you put your stuff in there, and then like after a week, like one of the things you put in there just straight up disappears from reality.
I think that still might be worth it. Just put like one magic item there with like 50 swords. I don't know.
I kind of like Demetrius's idea where it's like mislabeled items, but I was like, because you're talking about items that players know when they see it, and I was like, yes. A lot of people know cloaks of protection, like a lot of people wear them.
Cloaks
like it's
of homing.
Yeah. So for example, if you wear that cloak, you have to pay someone protection or something. A gang shows up where you have to pay them protection.
Every single time I keep hearing about cloaks, I just think a Dr. Strange thing.
Oh, cloak of flying.
Yeah, I just think that, like, for the cloak of protection, and it has, like, a set amount of protecting it can do, and then it stops. But you don't know when or how much the amount is. It's just one day the DM will be like, okay, your cloak of protection is gone. It could go once, or it could go 100 times. And I just feel like that's the worst. Because it's such an easy common item that a lot of people pick up.
But then that would be a hassle for you wouldn't know when it stopped, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be a hassle for the DM then to have to remember that he has to deduct that DC from the player when he's checking about if he passed it or not. Let's say.
I'll do it.
No, I'm saying, like, you don't even have to that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Is like you don't have to deduct it. You can just be like, I'm sick of this thing.
Your item is broken now. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Oh, Kyriaki, that sword you got? Oh, I'm sorry, it stopped working.
I was kind of thinking of a similar thing, because I was looking at the all-purpose tool. I was like, it'd be funny if it just decides to break on you whenever it decides to.
The no-purpose tool.
I also prefer useless items rather than items that provide negative things, Just being useless, I don't know, it's kind of fun. I find it funny.
That's why it's so fun to give people the cloak of billowing, because it's all like, they're like, oh, it's a magic cloak. What does it do? It billows majestically in the wind.
There's a
It
helm that
looks
gives you
really
red eyes. Love it, but that's all it does.
A wand of turn rock to stone.
Is that a real thing? I don't think I've seen that.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
These are just joke spells, that do nothing. Amulet of breathing. Not water breathing, just breathing.
Oh,
breathing.
what if somebody went underwater with that?
The asthmatics are so happy.
Finally, an item that fixes my problem. Because I am the asthmatic.
All right, does anybody have any final ones they want to give out there?
Goggles of night vision. But instead of goggles of night vision, they're goggles of day vision. You should see normally through them. But if it's night, you're blind. Even if you have dark vision.
Just a fancy way to rename
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses, or like the really tinted ones that like welders use. It's like glasses of night vision or something, but when you put them on, it just makes it look like it's night out. It's really dark.
Ooh, what's going on? All right, let's see how well y'all see.
Hi, my name is Dylan. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Labyrinths and mazes come in many forms. Most people think of dungeons, caves, dark environments, or ominous death traps when they think of labyrinths. Mazes are viewed as enjoyable puzzles for some, whether making your way from the center to an outside exit or from an outside entrance to the center. People find them enjoyable. Those people are looking at the mazes as a whole and still find them complex, hard to navigate, and have trouble finding the objective. Our heroes are living that. They don't get to see a map. They don't have a string that tracks their progress. They haven't even been able to get outside help from the gods. But the labyrinth they're in is not dark or dank. It is bright, luscious greenery, tall grass walls, and it all looks like a beautiful daytime constantly because it was created to be a beautiful place. But it's a beautiful place where you get trapped and die if you're immortal. So, what they have done is mostly track the perimeter. They have stuck to the outside for the most part, venturing inward a few times, almost like poking the center. In doing so, they have found 3 statues of Olympian gods, with many more to come, in theory. They have also actually been within 30 feet of their objective, going through walls, of course. Where this happened? I'm not gonna say. But the champions have also come across demons that they have never encountered on their travels, in their woods or fighting on the front lines. They have encountered more than 8 new types of demons. That has told them a few things. These are not too much of the frontline fighters or pushers. They just can still hold their own because of what they are. They most recently found a mind-affecting demon and a worm-like demon that didn't seem to notice them but was filling the wall. This is a big clue that the demons don't have an upper hand here. They also have run into some of the weaker demons. There is a gorilla-type demon dubbed cannon fodder by Sir Demetrius, and larger crustacean ones that have proved to be weak against Andrag, the crab demon. Most recently, the party found a time difference from inside the grove, found a demonic hammer, took a long rest, and Kyriaki got punished by being blessed. Malachi and Kyriaki struggle with the identity of a statue, but it helped Andrek and Aldora. The party got the jump on a group of demons that were studying something and standing in front of a statue. Unlike the last surprise fight, these demons were able to fight back, hinting at the fight that could have been. Malachi, as the fight settles down and you get a clear look, you can see the iteration that many have given and believe to be Persephone. This statue represents the wife of Lord Hades and the queen of the underworld. The statue itself is rather tall, and it's a woman with her hand at her side, kind of with her palm down away from her. She has a flowered headdress on. She's wearing like a peplos, a long white peplos. So she's wearing this peplos that's clamped over at one shoulder. She's smiling, and she has part of the dress over her hand as it looks like she is walking amongst a garden, but it is a white marble statue that almost towers above everybody, including Andrag. It's roughly about 9 feet tall, but it is on a marble statue base. And as you walk past this group of demons, you can see that they were circled around something. There's a small parchment on the ground that they were looking at. And then, Andrak, there is another golden spear. I believe it's at your feet because it hit Malachi or you. I don't remember.
It hit him.
Okay, yeah. So I think it barely hit him. I think it was like a 24. I was like, come on, baby. So it barely hit you, hit your armor, clinked off, land on the ground. So you have another golden spear at the ground. And Malachi, you walk past that parchment as you approach this statue of your god's wife.
Being another golden spear.
Malachi is rough. He just got in the last fight. He got absolutely throttled. Mechanically, he's got 9 hit points left. He's got blood and dirt all around him, running down his face and from his brow, and he kind of stumbles forward towards this statue in this limping kind of gait as he almost zeroes in on the statue, walking past and pushing through the group. He seems to be kind of not entranced, but like he's focused as he kind of pushes forward.
Kyriaki will like try to step in front of him and like grab onto him.
What are you doing?
You should probably think before you just randomly approach the statue.
He looks kind of he looks past her at the statue. But this is, do you recognize this statue, Kyriaki?
Do I need to make a history check for that, or would Kyriaki recognize the statue?
I don't think Kyriaki would recognize it on sight. If you want to take a minute to study it and figure it out, I don't think Persephone is somebody that Kyriaki would really
Okay, I'll do a
vibe
quick
with.
history check. 13.
It kind of resembles her. Like he's probably right if he knows more about her, but you never fucking know in this place.
We know that approaching some statues hasn't been all that kind. There's the first Artemis statue, and whatever the last statue was possessed by. Should probably take a second to try to figure out. Not to mention, even if it is who we think it is, do you really feel like you have the right to pray before it?
He lowers his head for a second. As she says that, it does kind of hit a sore spot for him for a moment. And he raises his head back to look at her again. I have to try. If this is truly Persephone, she may look upon me with more favor than the others that we have faced thus far.
I mean, I'd probably ask you the same question about any god, whether it's favor or not. You have shown nothing but distaste for some of the things we've done, and I heard you last time. You have also had more moments of not even trusting the one who gifted you your powers, gifted you your abilities, just because he does not talk to you.
Malachi kind of pushes back away from Kyriaki, taking a step back. He looks at her. His face kind of draws this frustrated and angry expression. You say this, gifted. Kyriaki, you know nothing of what I've experienced. This is not a gift. These powers were not a prize that I won. They are a punishment. I was sent back to this place after I died, not because I was a favored emissary of the gods, but because I was a piece of shit who deserved to face the torment that he had brought upon the world.
Then you do not deserve any blessings from the rest, if that is how he feels about you.
How he feels about me is that I am a tool, and a tool is useless if it is broken and dull. If these gods want us to help rid the demons of this land, they need to support us. That is all I have ever requested. That is all I have ever wanted.
We don't deserve support.
Why not?
Because you have to earn it.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
No, I have lived a long time, and I have seen what happens when you don't, fuck.
When you don't, fuck.
I have lived a long time, and I have seen what happens when you don't actually worship the gods you try to gain favor from. They don't talk to you. They don't listen to you. They don't care. Because, like you said, we are tools. I am a tool, and I know what I am. And I have dedicated my life and give full devotion to Hecate. And that is why she speaks to me. That is why she helps me. Maybe you should look at your own form of devotion, whether it's a curse or not. We don't choose the paths they give us. We just have to accept it and go.
If anything helps on the bright side, if we all are tools to the gods, then why don't we just become the best tools that they have? Gain that favor.
I feel like this is a good time to actually tell Andrek that the spear you picked up, like many others, also has something written in Celestial on it.
Noted. He will not bring it up right now. There's high tensions.
This is neither the time for judgment or for self-loathing. And I look at Kyriaki and Malachi respectively. What's the word? Respectively, sorry, yes. There are more pressing matters right now, and bickering amongst yourselves will not help the situation.
Your petty arguments do not matter in this place. Neither do your wants. Malachi, if you wish to go ask for favor, is going to stop you.
Kyriaki looks... Well, you can't see her face, but she kind of looks away, and her body language shifts to being more tense.
Malachi's head hangs for a prolonged moment. He looks genuinely just angry.
If you plan to do it, at least make sure your heart is actually in it, and not some feeble attempt to grab power.
I will wait, then. I'll allow the rest of you to figure out if there's something that needs to be done before we approach this statue, while I consider what needs to be done. Perhaps there is more to be thought of when it comes to the motivations here. But I have not resigned myself to being just a tool. I believe I am better than that. And he kind of takes a step aside, and he's going to... he's just going to wait kind of for the rest to perhaps interact with the statue or figure out something. And he's going to pick out from his bag the amulet of... he's going to pick out of his bag the amulet that he took off of the priest of Hades in the temple, and he's just going to examine it thoroughly.
Perception, folks. We should check if there's traps.
I am kind of leaving my passive perception do its work whenever we're working.
You do not notice anything with your passive perception, as you just... I mean, you don't you're not actually percepting or perceiving. You're just walking around and nothing sticks out to you as you just casually walk around. Anybody who would like to roll perception, you can.
I'm going to try to roll an investigation to see if there's anything. That's not going to go well, because that's a flat D20. Oh, shit! 17 investigation.
You want to investigate instead of perceive?
Yeah.
Investigating, you don't really notice anything.
Kyriaki's gonna run an Arcana check to test for magics in the area while they're perceiving for traps.
I investigated for a trap. I used an intelligence skill.
I also rolled a 17 for Arcana.
You're in a magical place. It's pretty cool.
I hope our friends perceive something good.
I will say,
roll.
well, I'm sorry, go ahead, Macy.
I guess I'll roll, because I was kind of doing a similar thing because of how high my perception, or passive perception is, but I can do a roll just to do a roll.
So passive perception is very different than rolling perception. So if you're actually looking for something or you want to find something out, it is a much better idea to roll. Because otherwise, I'm going to tell you something in passing, and whether you take it or not is up to you. Because I've actually already said what your passive perception would have noticed.
That's fair.
Castor, while she's doing that, I will tell you that the scroll on the ground that they had it kind of in amongst them, as you're walking by, you do notice it does seem to have human blood on it, where they have black blood. This has like red blood on the outside of it, and you can see a little bit of what looks like celestial script on the inside of it.
Okay, then I would investigate it since it caught my eye.
All right.
Can I roll like perception to check it out, or investigation, or
You just pick it up and read it if you want.
can I
Or
read
what-
it? I don't know the language. He says celestial.
Oh, but you can look at it, and Aldora knows perception, or Aldora knows celestial, so she can read it for you if you want. Aldora, how'd you do on that perception check?
10.
10. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know.
It's such a really pretty statue. With your 10, I'm gonna actually give you a tidbit here that may clue you into some other things. This statue is untouched and unblemished in any way. And there's no demons around this statue at all, unlike the past two that you've run into. It's so pretty. Such a nice, smooth statue. Very well crafted.
I do find it a bit odd that there isn't any demons around it.
Anywho, Castor. Yes, so the scroll you find is somewhat simple, and it seems to be 4 different paragraphs. You can recognize the name Persephone written several times throughout these paragraphs, but the celestial language itself, since you don't know it, just kind of eludes you.
Does it seem familiar at all? Could I know what it could be from, or?
From looking at it without knowing the language, could be a song, could be a poem. It's not a letter. You can tell that by looking at it. It's not in the form of a letter. It's not in the form of like instructions. You don't see any numbers really. So it's probably not like a baking recipe.
I show it to Aldora and Andrak. I think they're kind of close together, right? And I go because the other two are skulking or sulking. I will say, does any of you speak this language? And I should.
That is the tongue of the god. I believe outdoors.
The talk of the
yeah.
gods. I love that.
I can read that for you. She will take the scroll and give it a gander.
And you get the scroll.
Hail Persephone, queen of the underworld, goddess of spring's gentle bloom. You who walk between light and shadow, guide me through the seasons of my soul. Daughter of Demetri. Or Demeter? Yeah. Demeter. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know who she is.
Bright and strong, bringer of renewal, keeper of mysteries. With every petal that unfolds, you teach of life. With every leaf that falls, you teach of change. Grant me your wisdom and the cycles of growth your strength in darkness, grace in light, may I bloom in joy and descend in courage. Knowing that, like you, I shall rise again. Bless me, O Persephone, with your sacred balance, that I may walk my path with beauty and power, now and forevermore. Hail Persephone.
Because they had what you guys have known as a celestial translator, basically, with them, it's possible that this is a prayer to Persephone that Aldora just read off, and they were trying to figure out how to use it with the statue to do the same thing that you're currently doing. Or it could be misleading you, but who knows?
Is this like a known prayer that we would know about, that I would know about, or someone else would know about? Or is it like a tailor-made, let's say, prayer that they created?
If you would like to make a religion or history or anything else you think might relate to it.
I will make a religion check.
Was this read out loud where Malachi could potentially hear it?
I would assume.
Cool. Can I make that religion check as well?
Yes.
19 for me.
Was that religion or history?
Religion.
Religion?
I also got a 19.
Weird. All right, not to be outdone. You both know that this is a prayer to Persephone. I mean, every god has multiple prayers to them. This is one of probably 10, but it is one that is known.
Andrek don't know shit about her, so
She has pretty flowers on her head.
those flowers are nice.
Can I roll like a history check or like a religion check to see if I know about Persephone?
Sure.
Alright, I got 17 for it.
Okay. You know the basics. Persephone is the daughter of Demeter, goddess of the harvest. Spring comes around because Persephone has left her husband in the underworld, her husband Hades, and she's generally known to be a nice goddess, and people will often pray to her when they either want to reach Demeter or favor with Demeter, or have a nice spring and a good harvest.
Malachi looks up at Aldor after reading this. Do you believe that this prayer would be the appropriate one to use for connecting with this statue, as we have in the past with the others?
In my opinion, a prayer is just words. It's about believing what you say and meaning it. That matters to the gods. Anyone can write a prayer. It's what your heart feels.
I hate to say this without a check, but actually Castor is 100% correct, and that's why the demons couldn't get it.
Sorry, I went by what my character would think.
No, I mean that's smart. That's good. That's the experience he has with the gods. I mean, it makes sense. But you're 100% correct on that. Like the demons
I'm saying it in the sense, even if it was wrong, he would say it because he believes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just reaffirming it. So the demons have done this a lot throughout this place. They've tried to copy things or do things that the humans are doing, but because they don't understand worship or religion, they don't understand that that's not how it works.
So what you're saying is that it may not even be the prayer that's important as much as it is the intent behind the words.
That is the typical case with the gods.
I really would like to believe that is the way, yes.
Malachi is just nodding as they speak, still kind of staring at this amulet that he pulled from that priest.
You can feel almost the presence of Hades in that amulet as you look at it. Like it just reaffirms what you're doing and why you're here.
I believe that may be a prayer, yes.
Do any of you have any indication that there's traps or something that might harm us if we approach?
Oh,
Nothing I could find.
Didn't look. Can I roll a perception now that it was brought to his attention?
Yeah.
Because he didn't think about it before to check.
Yeah, if you want to look around the statue. You saw Andrak over there investigating. He was kind of feeling around, touching things, maybe poking the grass with his sword. Nothing really happened. But you just walk around inspecting it with your elven eyes. Wait.
No. But I will cast guidance on me before I do it.
That's fair. I feel like that's just spectacles at that age.
30.
You see everything. Jesus. Okay, so you do see that there's no visible trap, but you see the effects of the trap. Just barely, just barely. You see mixed in the soil around this statue, probably within 3 feet of it. You see hard, infernal rock, like the skin you've seen on some of these demons. But it looks under the soil, and you kind of move it with your sandal. You scoot it around a little bit, and it looks like there's a body under there. And you see the soil starts wrapping up around it as soon as you move it. You take another couple of steps, you see another one. Piece of horn sticking up. You move the dirt away, you can see that it is a horn. Then the dirt moves back over it. You can see the soil is covering it as you uncover it, but there are who knows how many demon bodies around the statue. But you see no visible trap, and they are not visible to anybody that is normal.
I would say that if you tend to pray, or if you want to pray in the statue, you better. I think a lot of demons tried it, and they are within Gaia's embrace right now.
Very well. Malachi takes the amulet that he's holding in his hand, loops the cord around his neck, and basically dons it, and then approaches the statue of Persephone.
Okay.
He drops to his knees in front of the statue, and kind of holding the amulet in one hand on his knees, he closes his eyes and speaks, Persephone, queen of the underworld, bride of Hades, goddess of the spring, I come to you now as a man of honesty, as a man of faith shaken. I have been tasked by Hades to be an agent of destruction against these tyrants that would try and plague the land that you gods deserve. I have felt only disregard when it comes to the other gods of this place. It has made me doubt, but I come to you now seeking assurance. I wish to do the bidding that has been bestowed upon me. I do not request more than a simple sign that I am not forsaken in this place. And that is his prayer.
You feel the amulet grow cold. Would you please make a religion check?
I'd like to give him my inspiration.
Oh. Okay. Do with advantage.
All right. Wrong modifier. There we go. Thank you for your inspiration. Let's hope this is better. Oh, that's much better. Wow. Dylan, you saved my life. Todd, that's a natural 20 for a 24.
A 24. Okay. So, you all feel a breeze in this small way that you're in. I mean, it's long, but it's only about 20 feet wide. And it feels like it comes from the statue. And it cools you all down. And you can almost smell fresh leaves and like fresh flowers blooming. Like a bit of a violet ambrosia smell. And Malachi, you hear this soft whisper in your ear. Do you like what you do?
He gets a puzzled look on his face at the question. Yes. I'm not sure why, but I do.
The soft whisper, it does come in your ear with the breeze, but it sounds almost spaced out and slow. A knife can be used to stab someone and take their life, but it can be also used to cut meat and feed hundreds. Which side of the blade are you?
Only ever known the side that kills. I'm not sure what to do with the other side.
You almost hear a smile. That is the way of my husband. Do you wish to see another side?
Yes.
You guys hear Malachi say yes, and the wind almost picks up a little bit, and then I'm going to describe what happens. But first, Kevin, I need you to answer the question that I messaged you. Just message it to me, don't say it. And then tell us what boon, and tell us what it does. What'd you pick for Malachi?
Fitting for this situation, I think. I'm picking the boon of Ascendance, which is boosting one stat that he has a 20 in by 4. The only stat I have a 20 in is Charisma. And so his Charisma is now a 24.
That's gonna fit this so much.
I know. I almost went with a different one, but after this roleplay, I was like, I know exactly which one I'm going with right away.
All right, so go ahead and message that, and then I need a couple of minutes.
Okay.
All right. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Tell him that joke you know, Dylan.
What happened when the grape was sat on? It said nothing but let out a little wine.
You're so low. Can you say it again?
The way you said that was so sad too.
The joke was delivered with like, this isn't gonna be funny, so just deal with it, guys.
What happened when the grape was sat on? It said nothing but let out a little wine.
I liked it. I don't know what y'all's problem is. It's great.
Want to hear a dirty joke? Dirty
Sure.
dishes.
You can do better than that.
Oh shit.
No, I can't.
So, as Malachi says this, and he stands up, and you guys see the breeze picks up a little bit, you see his robes, the black, dirty, bloody robes that he's wearing, starts changing colors. It starts changing into a vibrant green color, almost like a forest green. And you see a little bit of his black hair coming up from under it. And it almost looks fluffed up, like it's been freshly washed and dried. And Malachi, as you stand, in your hand forms a sword. And you feel the absence of your ability to summon your scythe. But forming in your hand is a long sword with a golden hilt with like a silver inlay. And the longsword itself, along the blade, is golden intricate carvings, or what do you call it, engravings of flowers. And it is beautiful looking. And you have a sword that has the same bane effect against demons that your scythe had. But for the time being, you are unable to summon your scythe.
Gotcha. Just so that I know for sure, is there any other mechanical differences that is changing for Malachi?
You will summon the longsword instead of the scythe, and the longsword does 2d8 less.
Okay.
But other than that, it should be the same. Oh, and you don't have reach. Sorry.
Fair enough. Malachi stands. This effect that happened to him, like, it was the most physical change that a person like Malachi could actually experience. Like, he turns to see the rest of the party. By magic, only the gods could factor. He's clean. His hair is pulled back. His hood has dropped. His hair is pulled back into kind of a like a Witcher-esque kind of long down, but with a ponytail kind of draped, tied in as well. His beard is like still somewhat mid-length, long-ish, but it's clean and like groomed, well trimmed. And the dirt and muck and blood across his face is no more. And his eyes, instead of glowing that kind of dim red, instead have a greenish hue to them now. As he turns to the rest of the party, he actually looks good. He looks like a good-looking guy now.
He sounds hot.
And he looks back at them and he just doesn't say anything. He just looks back at them with a nod and then holds the sword up and examines it.
You look cleaner.
Castor looks quite emotional, and he touches his shoulder and says, "You bathe in the light of Persephone." And he looks like he felt closer to the gods, which he hasn't seen for years again. So he feels kind of emotional, like he sees their glory into the transformation of.
Malachi returns the gesture by putting his hand on the opposite shoulder of Castor. Yes, I have been given a chance to do something different. I still have a mission, and I feel strongly that my purpose is widely the same. But I feel as though this is a chance to do something for a different reason, for a different meaning, something that I've chosen.
Good. And he kind of clutches onto his shoulder and nods. Like, yeah, good.
Would the rest of you like to bathe in the same light? He kind of steps aside and motions towards the statue. Persephone's power is here, and it is strong.
Adrak will pat Malachi on the shoulder. It looks better on you.
He smiles and gives him a little bit of a nod.
And he will go towards the statue himself.
Eldora will turn to Malachi and smile. I'm happy for you. You seem lighter.
You seem...
Well, I'm sorry.
They're really chatty.
You don't have to
can't
apologize.
do nothing
Honestly.
about it.
Honestly, you
This
don't
poor
have to
cat can
apologize.
eat.
I mean,
Of course, stop making cat sounds.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It's like she sees Malachi chains and Eldora's like, meow.
That was a good one.
God damn it.
Not another female character in the party having a crush on Malachi. Poor Palace has competition.
Wait, Palace takes Malachi?
Yeah.
Oh!
It's an ongoing joke.
It's been one since he one-shot a demon.
Macy almost sounded scared.
No, I was like,
Damn it!
I was like, how did I miss this?
The canonness of Palace's crush on Malachi has never been confirmed by the GM. It's just a long-running joke.
That he has participated in, though.
I was just concerned how blind I was to not have known this if it was gone on for this long.
Oh, boy.
When you take a watch with her, you can see her staring at him.
She stares longingly.
Maybe she preferred the hobo style and she's like turned off now.
Ugh.
Ugh.
No. I'm gonna sum this up. I can fix him.
Well, he doesn't need to be fixed no more. So it's gone.
Another lady beat you to it.
Palace, use Beyblade.
He now has a
Malachi.
sugar daddy and a sugar mama.
Malachi looks at Eldora as she says this and smiles at her and gives her a nod as well.
Eldora did not say meow.
No.
Okay,
That
confirmed.
That was Castor making the joke. It was Demetrius. What was happening again? Where am I? What am I doing? What are we doing?
I think you wanted to try to get a bone, although right now I'm leaning towards disadvantage.
I actually was not going up for a boon. There's a different reason he wanted to go up to the statue.
If you break this statue, I will punish you.
Break the statue. He's going. Okay. As Andrak approaches and takes a knee, he takes another 500 gold, because that's all he has for offerings. Such petty petons for them. But he's going to speak a bit quieter, maybe to make sure Kyriaki doesn't hear him, because she has shit perception. And he speaks, Lady Persephone, I do not know much of your ways or godhood, but I thank you for finding another path for him. I do not have offerings specific for you. Take this as penance. And then he will stand up and turn around to go away.
And you do not want to roll a religion check?
I mean, unless I have to. I actually do not want to get a boon from here.
Okay.
That was him thanking Persephone for what she did for Malachi, and that
Okay.
is all.
You hear a weird noise behind you, almost like the sun cooking an egg. And you turn around, and the gold you left behind is in the form of a boat.
Adorable. He'll do a small nod and walk away.
Was Persephone one of the gods that's gone through the garden? Or has Castor met her?
Castor has met her.
Ah.
That's not the one who tried to touch you, though.
It's all a haze. Anyway. I don't want to talk about it, Todd. But you have to bring that up right now.
I'm sorry.
It's too funny, is why.
It's a skill.
Castor also kneels to pay respects to in front of the statue. Says, "O great Persephone, I ask no boon and no gift, for my service is all the gift I need. I just want to promise you that I will clear this garden of all the weed." And bows his head respectfully and gets up.
And you also do not want a boon?
No, he does not seek gifts from the gods. He doesn't think himself worthy for their gifts. If the gods want to give it by themselves, it's fine. But my character will not ask for it.
Eldora honestly feels like this is the moment that Malachi needed to have. So she's just kind of tasked for this time.
Alright. So what do you want to do after Castor walks away from the statue?
Malachi kind of approaches... I think he's going to approach Kyriaki after this.
Slap her. Say, what the fuck are you doing?
He's gonna look into Kyriaki's eyes through the mask, and he's going to say, "I believe you are onto something. I haven't been the most devout person in my life, but I've been given a chance to choose that just now. I don't believe that you are wrong for your devotions, but know that choice is still important."
Kyriaki's eyes, if you're staring like directly into him, they kind of narrow, and then like a glint of like cockiness. I did choose this path that I am on. It took me time, but I chose where I am going because at the time and now, where else would I go? No one else would accept me for what I am. Only Hecate ever has. And don't know that I do feel the judgment from the rest of you.
Hey, don't include Andrak in that. He doesn't judge shit.
There is judgment. Castor doesn't know.
Malachi smiles, just like the very small smirk, and he nods. "If you've chosen what you are, then there should be no judgment.
I've chosen my path, not what I am. You cannot
What?
choose what this is.
Why do you speak of judgment? Do you see yourself as a monster?
Me? Oh, no. I did not choose this path. I know." And she'll look at Malachi, and then she'll turn her head towards Aldora. "I know that amongst most, I am not
Wait.
welcome."
Hold on. I don't judge. I just there's people in the past and there's people I know that you don't want to anger, and you're one of them.
Judgment is
It's-
also fear.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Or meow.
I have lived a long time. You are not the first to fear nor judge me. I don't care. I am what I am. I don't choose to be what I am. I chose the path I am on. But-
And if you would allow me to ask, what do you imply that you are, or that you think they think you are? I'm not including myself because I don't know you that much. But
Kyriaki, because I don't think Castor has seen full form. Kyriaki will push up her mask, and you'll hear like the creak of like bones almost snapping, and her jaw will expand, and her teeth will grow. I am not human, not like the rest of you.
Light work, no reaction.
Castor is not phased, let's say. Mother Nature has a lot of beautiful designs. Just because you are different doesn't mean it makes it wrong or bad.
I guess
true.
true.
I don't believe in monsters. It's a matter of perspective.
Yes.
To a chicken, a fox is a monster.
And to all of you, you are chickens. And I am the fox. Except maybe Andrak, he smells weird.
I still respect you, and
He
I
sniffs
still
his
see you as my
armpit.
friend.
I smell like sweat right now.
I just mean in general, you smell unappetizing compared to everyone else.
You have a thing for blood.
He'll look at his arms.
I don't bleed much.
And that's why you smell weird.
Okay then.
Let us
He
proceed.
shrugs. He does not care.
Also, as per the rules of the druid, Castor, you can now turn into a Kyriaki when you reach the appropriate level.
What's rating in Kyriaki?
I'm not a druid of the land, unfortunately, so I won't be able to.
I don't know. I don't know what Kyriaki's challenge rating is.
Hi.
Malachi, looking at Kyriaki as she reveals her like true form to Castor and the rest of the party, he kind of, his head tilts a little bit. You claim to be a monster, or that you have a monstrous appearance to some of us. While I admit you've certainly made me feel uncomfortable in the past. I believe there's always been a lot more to you, Kyriaki, than how you come across to people. And I don't feel as though any of us are in any position to judge, regardless of how we may feel about the nature you've taken up. I'm only saddened to know that you didn't choose it. Do you enjoy it?
Yes. I see no wrong in what I am, and I am what I am. And I, like the rest of you, I was born like this.
I was not born.
That's fair. But it
Putting
comes
his
with
hand-
its perks. I can walk on the walls. It's quite funny to scare people.
Wait, that's not a magic thing.
No, that's just me.
Are you like sticky?
No, it just
Can you climb on people?
no.
Can you climb on me?
I
I feel like that's just grappling, and it's a different mechanic.
After that, Malachi is just going to look at, give Kyriaki a nod and say, "Good, then there's nothing more that needs to be said. We're all on our own paths, and we're all doing what we believe is right now. In terms of what we must do, there's still a grove here that needs clearing out, and this item that we still need to find. Let's continue."
Kyriaki will like playfully punch Malachi in the shoulder. I am always down for a good fight. Let's clear the grove.
Wait, these count as a good fight.
He
All fights are good fights.
he kind of chuckles as she punches him, and he's just like, "Yeah, I don't think that's changed. Let's go."
Wait.
He kind of holds up this sword and looks at it with confidence.
Malachi can laugh.
Now we can.
He writes down in a notepad, "Can laugh now," after scratching out "can't laugh."
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Meow.
All right. So, coming from the room that you guys came from, that had the 4 exits in it, you went to the right or to the north, according to the map, and then you came into this room. And then ahead of you and across from there was another entrance about probably 20 feet down. And it led to where there was a small hallway, and then another hallway past that. So you go through that wall, about 10 feet wide, go 10 feet, another little hallway, except for there is no ahead anymore. It's just right or left. You kind of feel like, with as much as you've been traversing it, that this is the edge of the labyrinth again, or the grove. And as you go into this middle hallway, you can see that to the left, it looks like there are dead thorns, a lot of them clumped together, and it looks very purposely put there. So it looks very out of place, but what its purpose is, you're not sure. But you can go into the short hallway and go left or right, or you can go 10 more feet and go to the long hallway against the outside of the grove and go left or right. I think you're intelligent enough to know that if you go right, you'll go back to the Poseidon statue where you were before. Also, is Kyriaki stealthing ahead, or are you guys going as a group?
I'm more than fine with letting Kyriaki scout ahead. That's
It worked
worked
out
for
well
me in the
last time,
past.
so
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll stealth ahead. I'll peek around corners.
yeah, let her
Right.
get caught so we can kill her off finally.
So, Kyriaki, go ahead and roll stealth with disadvantage, because I don't like you.
Then it'd be a flat roll because I get advantage.
I know. No, just kidding. Go ahead and roll stealth with advantage.
An 18.
18. Castor, in all of your eyesight, you could tell that Kyriaki's doing okay, but you've seen her do a lot better. So you might want to keep an eye on her as she scouts ahead. Kyriaki, go ahead.
You're gonna poke around the corners here, and she sees. Okay, you said if we go back towards the right, we know that goes back towards Poseidon, correct?
Yes, ma'am. So you actually poked around this corner,
The corner you've already
before the long
described.
rest. Yeah, you did that a long rest ago. Y'all just decided to go back and have a long rest before you kept going.
Go up a little further because of the bramble. Do I know? Okay, the right, yeah. And I'm gonna sneak a little more down the hall because I can't see that 60 feet down the hallway.
Yeah, you can see it's a very long, grassy hallway. Beautiful sun above. Beautiful, lush garden around you. Lively, young-looking leaves as you creep ahead.
I am creeping.
Coming up to an opening.
I'm taking it very slow. And she's gonna get up to this corner here down, I think it was about 80-foot hallway, and look around to see that there is an opening and stuff, but she sees 2 more paths straight ahead, not knowing where to go, and then a path south of her. And it looks like it turns down to another hallway. So
If you
she's
go
gonna-
just a hair further,
yeah, she's
you'll
gonna
see
peek.
there is
Okay.
another opening.
Alright. I'm not gonna pull my token all the way back, but she's gonna shuffle, and then motion the party forward down the hallway.
Top or bottom one?
The top.
Okay.
Kyriaki,
Go all
make
the way
a
up.
perception check.
Me?
Mhm.
Oh god, I'm not good at those. But I have advantage. 13.
Okay.
That's better than my passive.
You think you might hear something to your left where those 2 hallways are. Or south.
She'll wait until the party catches up and ask which direction they would like to go.
So there's 2 hallways.
Yep. As you guys approach straight ahead, you can see it's almost like a wide hallway that's divided by a green, grassy, tall wall. Just like anywhere else in here. But it does divide into 2 hallways. And then to your immediate left, as you come around this corner, it only goes about 30 feet before it turns to the right. There is a hallway to the right, ahead and to the left. And then to the immediate left, about 10 feet beyond that, it turns to the right to be what looks like to be a separate hallway.
I suggest we clear the perimeter first.
Work around the edges and then move inward afterwards is what you're suggesting.
It has worked out so far.
I don't have any objections.
Peek around this 60-foot hallway. Well,
As we
longer than
shuffle closer to Kiki, I try to for a moment stop her to cast guidance on her.
All right.
Okay.
And that lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I guess I'll roll another stealth check.
You can if you want to. That's up to you.
Or for perception,
Yeah. I don't know if you really want to waste it, but that's an opinion.
I think it only lasts a minute, so
What do you mean wasted?
Mm.
Can you really waste something you never had?
I'm just gonna
But
go
what do
ahead
you-
and just another. It's a cantrip. You can't waste it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah.
cantrip.
That was a joke.
Oh.
Alright. Kyriaki is not aware of how long this spell lasts, but she's gonna just peek gently down this hallway, see how much further this 60-foot hallway up at the top goes.
It just seems to keep going and going and going.
And yeah, she sees that there's a turn up ahead, so she's gonna just backtrack down to the other hallway and like peek around to see how it leads. And it looks like it's making a very similar turn to the, I would say, the left. And then she'll go back and explain that they both go down, but one is like outer than the other one, but they have a very similar pathing. But out of curiosity, Kyriaki is gonna go poke her head down this way where they decide, oh, it's interesting.
As you do that, you see poking its head around the corner at almost the same time as you, a large frog-like creature. It almost looks like a toad that someone stuck spikes on, and it has these large yellow eyes with red pupils, and it has like an off orange, like slimy skin. It's very large and muscular, and it's staring at you as you're staring at it, and it doesn't say anything. It just kind of like blinks, and then it slowly backs around the corner.
Hey, you stupid fuck! And you will watch because Kyriaki is going to follow it as Kyriaki darts this way.
Oh, do we start darting?
So
I
as you
Gaston
dart,
makes the effort to start running behind me.
Yeah, Malachi's
So
on it.
explain dart to me.
I would say as like a dash action.
Okay, because you can't stealth and dash, or you do, but there's like a huge.
No, she yelled, "Hey, you stupid fuck," and ran.
Oh,
There
that's
was no
true.
stealthing
Okay.
involved.
That's fair. So as you run around the corner, there's two of these toad creatures that are looking at you, and then the one behind the one you initially saw leaps towards you. Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
Sorry, guys.
This is certainly professional.
Hey, you stupid fuck. That's good.
Look,
that's awesome.
The the other ones seemed different. This one fled, so she was not a fan of that. Ooh, that's good. Let's go.
All right. Malachi, what is your initiative?
Malachi got a 21.
Andrak, how'd you do?
12.
Kyriaki?
19.
Outdora?
I got 14.
Palace?
17.
And Castor?
21.
All right. Wait. Oh, shit.
16 dexterity.
Thank you. Now let's get this shindig started. Malachi, it is your turn. You heard her yell. Hey, fuck you, or what did you yell? I'm sorry.
I believe it was, hey, you stupid fuck.
There you go, yeah. You heard her yell, hey, you stupid fuck, and then take off running with her swords out. You are behind her, only by about 15 feet. Andrak is in front of you for now, but you know how he likes to be at the back. Castor is beside you, Outdoors on the side of you, and Palace is behind you. You do not know what is ahead. She didn't describe it, she didn't yell out too much, just you know you're in chase of something.
Okay. Yeah, Malachi is dedicated to the chase, so he's just going to... He'll run around the side of Andrak so that there's space for everybody to keep moving, because... correct me if I'm wrong, but this wall towards the south there, that's available space for us, right? Despite the hedge kind of clipping into it.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
fucking hate the way this map came out.
All right.
Mean piece of shit.
So Malachi's going to get to the be right next to Kyriaki. Sword drawn, but he doesn't quite see what she's seeing yet. I'm just going to go ahead and take the dodge action for this round, since I can't really see anything yet.
All right, that's fair. You can kind of see, just because they're bulky figures, you can see the shoulders of these kind of tan, almost slimy looking things. They're not quite slimy because the one you've seen before was really slimy, so this one would really be considered slimy. It's just smooth skin, no hair, spikes.
Gotcha.
All right, so Dodgy Man, and then Castor. it is your turn. Andrek in front of you, Malachi and Kyriaki ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I will turn the corner. Is Malachi, after his interaction with the statue, still looking beat up?
Uh-huh.
All right. I hear you.
He feels great, in his mind, but his body is still pretty lacerated. Yes.
I will come over here. I will cast a second level Cure Wounds. 18 hit points.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
And then you were like really beat up, right?
Uh-huh, yeah. I started at 9.
And then you ran up to the front?
I never said Malachi was smart. 10 intelligence, remember?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Uh,
This is what I would do.
Besides,
then I
he
guess
was just chasing after Kyriaki. He didn't realize he was about to run into bad guys.
I assume your total is above 70, so I will also use my Balm of the Summer Court, which is a bonus action, and I will heal you another 21.
Magical.
And
Jesus.
you also get 5 temporary hit points out of it.
You rock, man. All right. Yeah, I'm ready for fight now.
And,
I'm
that
not
is
going to
my-
lie. I completely forgot I had 9 hit points before I took my turn, so, Okay. Cool. Thank you, sir.
That is my turn. By the way, I don't see anyone. Is it around the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't see them, that's good, because that means they don't see you.
I wouldn't mind that.
Kyriaki, it is your turn. You can see the one who is running towards you now, but it's not the one that originally saw you. You can see that one, and it looks like he's around the corner, but he's not exactly headed back your way.
Kyriaki is gonna fully step around the corner now, right about here, and she's going to draw both of her scimitars, and as she's drawing the green one... No, let's not do that. That'll hurt. That'll really hurt. Let's not hurt myself with that one. As she draws the normal scimitar, she drags it across her thigh, and you watch as the blood pools, and she murmurs under her breath, and it seems to be... Well, I wouldn't say she murmurs. She definitely shouts it in a language that no one else would know to understand, or Kyriaki doesn't think they'd understand. And she casts Crushing Blood Wave as I hurt myself first to see what I get. Okay, that's not bad. 9 points. I'll take that. And it's a 30-foot cone of just what would look like her blood. It comes from her, but it grows exponentially into a giant 30-foot.
You are so sick.
And so yeah, it's gonna go this way.
All right, out in front of her.
Yep.
Down
30
the
feet.
hallway.
Mhm.
All right.
And everything has to make, I believe it's a dexterity saving throw.
All right. What kind of damage is this?
Bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm. Damn it. All right, dex saves. Ooh. 20 and an 18
Mhm.
and a 16.
Okay. They all pass the dex save, but they still take half damage.
Alrighty.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Before or after the half?
That's after the half, sorry. It was 22
Okay.
points, but it's halved.
Damn. That would hurt like a motherfucker.
Yep.
Alright. You see these two toads in front of you. Both of them just kind of holding up their hands as they slightly avoid your blood.
Yeah.
What else would you like to do?
That's the end of her turn. She can't do anything else. Full action.
Alright. After that... I'm
I
sorry?
gotta check something real fast.
Okay.
Okay. For her bonus action, which one is 2? The closest one to her? She's gonna,
That's... I'm sorry, go ahead.
is that 2 or 1?
That's number 1, I'm sorry. Number 2 is the one... So number 1 is the one that initially saw you, and then he was running away, and then he kind of stopped and started to turn around. And then number 2, the one that's actually further away from you, ahead and to the right, is the one that's actually actively leaping towards you.
Okay. She's gonna use her bonus action to the wound that she had caused from the blood wave starts to leak a little blood, and a pool of blood will form at the bottom of his feet.
Oh, you some bitch. Alright. Number 2 is pooled.
Yep. He has difficult terrain for about... It's only a 5-foot circle. So it's just where he's standing is difficult terrain.
He just looks down at his feet, kind of grossed out.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright. From around the corner, Malachi, Kyriaki, you see this creature looks at you very angrily, and it says,
Nafshi and Vanu.
Malachi, you hear it go,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
sorry. Alright, Kyriaki, the one who, ran away, stopped, and turned around, and he's gonna, hesitantly look at you, and then he's just gonna, take one step towards you, and just, leaning back, reach out, and try to, claw you. He's like, ugh. 16 to hit?
No.
Yeah. So he just does that, and he kind of looks at you weirdly. He looks like he doesn't know what you are.
That's fair.
But that's all he's gonna do. Palace, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Find the
Can you tell the dex-based people?
Oh, not the cone. I'm looking for the measuring tool. See how far Palace can get. She can get. She's not beating these allegations. Right next to Malachi. But then she'd keep going and use her dash action to get up to Kyriaki so she could see the fight.
Alright.
But that's her full movement.
So, from Palace's point of view, next to Kyriaki, she can actually see that there is another creature around the corner ahead and to the left. She can't see all of it, but she can see a mangled arm that looks malformed, like the elbow joint is bent the wrong way.
What a weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys aren't normal, really.
Alright, that's
But
the
now
end of
it's-
Palace's turn.
Alright, number 2 is gonna finish that leap. He's gonna, looking at his feet, look down and just be like, oh, you're gross. And then he's going to look at his friend, and he's gonna say, in Abyssal,
Get your shit together.
and he's gonna attack Palace, because his friend's got you, he's gonna get Palace. Let's see here, he's going to aggressively try to bite and claw her. He's got this large, nasty, just fanged toad mouth. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
17 points of piercing damage. And he's got these thick arms that are just way too thick, but they do look like just elongated clawed arms. 2 times, 21 and a 24 to hit.
Both hit.
Ooh. That's 15 points of slashing damage and then 8 points of slashing damage for a total of 23.
Okay.
And that is the end of his turn. After that, it is Outdora. Outdora, you can't really see anything. They are ahead. You can see Palace, Kyriaki, Malachi, and Castor are all kind of in a line. That's weird. I really wish I had a lightning bolt right now. And Andrak, the coward he is standing at the back letting everybody tank. I'm kidding.
Wow, such a coward. I'm kidding. Anyway, Dora's going to move up next to Castor. Actually, it's 5, 10, 15, 25. She's actually gonna move behind Malachi enough to where she can see. And, she's going to cast Sacred Flame on the one directly in front of Kyriaki.
Alright. Dexterity
Okay.
saving throw?
Yep, Dexterity saving throw.
Alright. That is an 18. Wow, these guys are rolling good.
Damn. Yeah, they pass.
Alright. They're not even proficient in that. It's just been high rolls for them.
That'll be it for her turn.
No half damage? Sorry, I
No,
forgot.
if it passes, it just doesn't take any damage.
Oh, okie Andrak, it is your turn. What would you like to do? There is a line of people in front of you.
Like idiots again. They all went in.
Roll better.
Bravery has many faces. Hey, Malachi took the dodge action. He was smart.
I can't do a good old reach around there. It would take my action to pick somebody up and put them to the side, wouldn't it?
It would.
Hey,
But I would give you advantage on
my ally as he runs past me.
It wouldn't help because you're at the wall, so he would still have Kyriaki and Palace to deal with.
Fair enough.
He's going to take the extra movement to shove past Aldora. Let's see. Who's the bigger idiot here? The water or the blood chick? Let's see.
You can see the water chick's already been hit. She took how much damage, Becca?
21? 20 something?
Yeah.
You can't really help either of them without getting in front, which sucks. Which one looks worse?
Enemy or friendly?
Friendly.
They look fine.
Palace.
Both of them look fine.
Oh.
Palace has still got a lot of hit points.
Well, he said worse. That's why I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, yeah, they look about even. But it's hard to tell.
She's got both sheets, so I gotta believe her.
I'll give... you know what? I'll give the help action. Because I can't get past either of them without forcing them and wasting my action. So I'll give the help action to Palace and stay there.
Alright, what do you want to help her with?
Attacking!
Alright, so that will give her advantage on her first attack.
Yep.
Which is not something we need, but it's fine.
And that is his turn.
Okay. So, at the end of your turn, from around the corner comes one of these creepy looking guys that you've seen before. He has a mutated body. He looks like a human, like in the movies when they're cloned wrong. He's got parts that are in the wrong spot. His arms are bending the wrong direction. You can see one of his legs, the knee is bending the wrong way, so he's kind of like dragging that leg as he walks. And he looks, oh gosh, we got Andrak, we got Palace, and we got Kyriaki. Let's say 1-2 is Palace, 3-4 is Kyriaki, and 5-6 will be Andrak. It's moments like these when we get to find out who likes who. Because even as you heard that, you still had that little spot in your mind where you're like, I hope it's not this person. I hope it's not that person. I'm okay with it being this person. So, we got Andrak, Palace, and Kyriaki. Now, if he goes for Andrak, sure, Andrak can take it, if he even hits him. But where's the fun in that? There's no fun in that. Oh, he gets hit. Oh, he's okay, blah, blah, blah. But if he hits Palace, she's weaker. She's easier to hit. She's more fragile than Andrak. There's a little bit more drama there. And she's got some friends, for you that know her, that could, have some repercussions. But Kyriaki, oh yeah, oh that's juicy. If we are able to critically hit Kyriaki, there are so many implications there. Hecate might come back, boom, kill everybody. The whole party might get mad because they depend on Kyriaki sometimes, because even though she's a crazy person, she's still a little bit of the backbone of this party. How and why? Well, shit, that's just how story unfolds. And sometimes you can't help that. So, I want you to think about who you want to get hit. Andrak, Palace, or Kyriaki. Take your thoughts and email us at dungeonspeakpodcast@gmail.com. dungeonspeakpodcast@gmail.com. Email us and let us know who you want to get hit. Personally, I'll hit Andrak because I know he could take it and the other ones might make me feel bad. And we'll see you next week.